Hey guys, it's Deb. I'm here to talk to you about the flower swap that I'm hosting on yourpaperpantry.ning.com. I started making my flowers and I'm using Tim Holtz, the different flower dye that he has out. And I'm using all 4 flowers. And what I did was I took the flowers, I cut them, I put them through my Cuttlebug, and then I have them here. I started, let me zoom out a little so you can see. I started, first of all, I picked paper that was double-sided scrapbooking paper. I also used regular paper, and this is a music sheet paper. Okay, so I cut them out on the die on the the Cuttlebug, and then I took them and I scrunched them up, and I used Glimmer Mist, and I used some starch with water. Okay, now the paper, you have to use more starch because it's not as hard, and you want it to be hard so that you can crinkle it. Okay, the reason why I'm using this technique is because I wanted to create a flower that to me was vintage and shabby chic. So when I picked out my papers, I made sure that I picked out colors that to me were shabby chic colors. Okay, they have some blue in it. Now don't forget, if you have a double-sided piece of scrapbooking paper and you're not crazy about the color, or you need to achieve more color, you can always add Glimmer Mist. You can use paint, and you could paint on them. You could put stickles on them to change the color. Okay, so this is for the newbies out there that don't know or aren't sure what to do. This is a real easy technique if you want to achieve what I wanted to achieve, which is vintage and shabby chic. Okay, and you can also, around the edges of your flower, you can distress them. Let's say, like this blue didn't have enough green on it for me. I would take my green distress inks, and you can distress them also. Alright, so be creative like that. And also, what I wanted to say was, I want to talk to you a little bit about color. Whenever you're putting something together, you want to have contrast. You want to have a difference in the value, which is the lightness or darkness of a color. So let's say I was putting this green flower down as my base. Alright, then my next one, I would pick out something that had contrast. See the color contrast between the red and the green, or the pinkish and the green. Then I would go and I would pick out the next flower, bud that would go down. And see, like this one I opened up, and it's very close in color. So now the other side of it isn't, it's lighter. So then I would put that down in the middle. So try to use color so that there's contrast between your beds, your different petals of your flowers. Okay, so that's that. So I made some up, and I used, like I said, some music sheet to also go in the back of the flower. And I used pearls in the center, and the reason why I did that was because I wanted it to be shabby chic. Okay, so now I'm going to go and I'm going to talk about packaging. So let me zoom in a little. Okay, why is packaging important? Well, it's your presentation of your work. So what I did was, now I saved these, and the reason why I saved these was because a long time ago, Roseanne from Roxy Car 1, she moved. So as soon as she gets settled and she gets back on her channel, That's a great site to go to learn how to make flowers. She's like the YouTube flower lady. She definitely has flower power. So check her out, her channel. She has all the flowers in the world that you'd want to learn how to make. Also, Arlene from Butterflies and Kisses. She's also one of our flower ladies that likes to make a lot of different flowers. Okay, so now what I did was the presentation of my flowers is I already have my envelope. Okay, now let's say you don't have these. I know Stampin' Up! Sells these plastics. They're smaller, that you could probably fit 3 flowers in. Or you can take out, like I have these pearls. You could take this out, go around through your stash and take out things that have this plastic on it. Alright? So then what I did was I laid my flowers out to decide how long I wanted the background piece. I'm incorporating a piece of music in the middle because I have music incorporated into the flowers. Okay, and then at the bottom of my double-sided cardstock, I cut out a design. Let me see if you can see it here. Okay, I cut a design out. And this is the back of my sheet. Okay, so what I was going to do with this is I'm going to distress it with some peeled paint around the sides and ink it up. You know, and just use your ideas from your scrapbooking of how to, you know, present the flowers in a nice way. Just like if you were going to go and you were going to put them in a store, you know, how would you go and bring them over to the people to sell them? Alright, so now we have that. I'm going to leave some white showing in the background. I was going to put this in the middle, but I was also wanting to stamp on it. So because I'm going for a shabby chic, and I don't even know if I'm going to like this actually, but I'm going to try it. I have a stamp of a chandelier. So although the flowers are going to be on here, I still think that it's important. It's part of the background to make it look nice, even though it's going to be covered up. So I have part of the chandelier there, if you can see that. And then what I'm going to do is put some of this down here like this flourish. Okay, so that's pretty. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put that down in the middle underneath my flowers. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. Let me do this fast because I'm already running out of time. So I'm just going to wing it and I'm going to put that down in the middle. Okay, I went on my computer and I printed flower designs by Debbie, Scrap Delight 1, that I'm going to put on the back. And then here I'm going to put some of the paper from the back down here. And then I wanted to put this here. And then my flowers will be put down here. And what I'll use is that double-sided scrapbooking tape that's removable, and just so that they're tacked down a little. And then I'm going to slip them into my plastic and close it up. So that's it. So let's see, while I have time here, we'll glue this down. So just, you know, you don't have to do all the stamping and everything if you don't want to. That's just me, because I always overdo things. But